Federal government has ordered probe of court invasion by the DSS. They are not DSS, they are simply SSS according to the constitution. The federal government ordered an investigation into the Friday invasion of the Federal High Court Abuja by the operatives of the Department of State Service. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, has said this. The SSS, in their bid to rearrest the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress on February 2019 general election, Omoyele Sowore, convener of Revolutionary Protest and also CEO of Sahara Reporters. The SSS invaded the court, during which the judge fled, and that's Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu. Malami spoke to reporters on the premises of the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday after paying a courtesy visit to the Chief Judge of the court, Justice John Toshaw. He evaded questions on the reason for Sowore's rearrest, which had drawn criticism locally and internationally. Fielding questions from reporters, he said he did not visit the Chief Judge, John Soho. I don't know if that is Toshaw or Soho. And the pronunciation, the word, the letter, I don't know, John Soho or John Toshaw, that's the name of the Chief Judge of the court. So he decided to evade questions that were thrown at him. Questions from reporters, he said he did not visit the Chief Judge over Sowore's case, but to congratulate him on his confirmation by the Senate as a substantive Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. Asked if he was not upheld by the SSS conduct, Malami said, "Whatever affects the integrity of the court is a worrisome issue for us. I can never be preemptive of an incident over which I was not a live witness to." He added, "But one thing I am setting off is that the government has put in place mechanism for investigation of the reported incident. So I would not like to be preemptive in terms of a conclusion one way or the other without allowing the consummation and conclusion of the investigation process." That is what he has to say as regards this. So I'll quickly run through the comment section. Let us see reactions of Nigerians on this. Here someone says, "All hail the King of the North, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, the tyrant himself." That is what someone here says about him. Another one says, "No more stage play again. These people are Confucianists. It is called RNG, and that is what it is. The federal government probing the federal government." What a shame. Even though the spokesperson of the government said that, well, the SSS can act without any direct order from the presidency. We expected that the SSS should be the security for the state, and that is the reason, that is according to the constitution, that is the reason why they were created at the first instance. They are not a security or a dog for the presidency. But unfortunately, that is not the case in this situation, as Buhari has decided to bring in Bichi, a person that will do what he wants, and that is what we are saying right now. Another person say audio probe. And that is true. If we look at this, there is no federal government or any mechanism that is going to investigate or probe what we already know came all the way from the top. The man called Bichi, the director of the SSS, reports directly to Buhari. It doesn't report to any other person. So definitely before this Bichi would act, he would have called Buhari, and Buhari would tell him, "Mister, don't forget who we are. We are what we are. Do what you have to do. Do not allow anybody to go free." And then the man becomes exactly what Nigerians never thought of. Exactly what it is. It becomes an authoritarian. So when you say the media team of PNB led by Garba Shehu is either grossly incompetent or they are most deliberately sabotaging PNB. I'm not a fan of PNV, but these aides are not competent and lack soundness of mind and depth required to manage the public and international image of the president. So they lack depth. They are so shallow And I think they are doing this because they just want to be this way. They are playing like a chess game, like a game on the minds of the citizens. The Malami, the justice, will come up, the Minister of Justice, he will come up to say whatever he likes to say. Then the media aides will come out to say whatever they like to say. Garba will speak. Then Loretta Onoche will say her own part. They are all Confucianists. So the person went further to say, this is what you get when the cabal has hijacked the presidency and they are passing conflicting messages to sycophant aides who are ready to sacrifice their professional calling at the altar of political expediency. How do you explain the fact that Garba Shehu rushed to issue statement that SSS did not attempt to arrest Sowore inside of the court? If the president's media team must lie, at least we expect it to be intelligent lies. We have videos. There are a lot of video coverages. Media people were there. They covered it and we saw what happened. A proactive media team would have issued a statement condemning the incident and also indicate that the presidency will investigate the incident and bring perpetrators to book. That would have saved the president a lot of embarrassment, but unfortunately, PNB lacks the basic leadership skills to preside over a complex country like Nigeria, and to make matters worse, he is surrounded with clowns, sycophants. Those are the people that he's surrounded with, and many of these media aides, whatever they call themselves, these are people that were journalists that worked in the mainstream media, but immediately they changed sides and they are giving some amount of money to defend Buhari. They are doing just exactly selling themselves. It's a shame, and history will tell. That is if many of you listening to this have a long-term memory. If you are able to recall each activities and actions of every of these people, not this Garba, Shehu, Loretta Onoche, and the rest of these goons. Not that they will come some few years and they want to come, probably they want you to support them to become governor of your state and you will be in support of it. This is how this thing turns out to be. They've amassed enough money. They have found a way to become they found a way to become luminaries. They've come to a point whereby people know them. And the next thing they want is a godfather to support them so that they can win elections and continue the same circle. They will come with the same story and shake their hands, and you'll find gullible criminals that will support them. And of course, people that have been disenfranchised, people that have been brainwashed, and of course, you'll find wicked people that will be in support of these people. So it's a shameful thing that Malami will be speaking this way as if things are done. Things have been done properly. I expected him to speak against what went down at the court and how the government has been disobeying the rule of law. But then he himself is the lawyer of the president of the government. So Malami is the Minister of Justice and also the Attorney General of the Federation. So he is paid to support whatever decay without him looking at his own integrity, because he knows that once I have money and I shake the money a little bit and I pay some thugs, look for some party faithfuls, I can also become president or governor of any of my state in Nigeria. I'll become president of Nigeria someday. So he knows all of these things. So why don't we wake up from our slumber and stop being mediocres? Let's stop being fools for these people. So that's what it is for now, guys. They said the federal government is going to probe. I think they are actually saying some of these giving out these conflicting information because they know that a lot of people are interested in this case. That is what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, you can be a member by simply tapping on the subscription button. Let's build this channel together. And the red notification icon bell is very important because it will simply notify you whenever videos such as this are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.